reporting for Katie Chats here in downtown Toronto with writer, actor, co-founder of the National Theatre of the World, MATT BARAM. How did you initially get into acting?
Well, I started in improv. I was an improviser at Rapid Fire Theatre in Edmonton, Alberta, where I was born, and I didn't even think of it as acting. I thought of it as making people laugh. I just wanted to make people laugh, and I was doing that in my parents' living room, and I thought I could extend it into theaters. And I was doing okay, and it was, I think I started when I was 16, and doing theater sports and improv games. And after a while, I think a friend of mine who was in university, I was doing that for a while, was in high school, got into an acting program at the University of Alberta, and he was in sciences, and I thought if that loser can do it, I could do it. And such a supportive guy, and I got in, and so I decided to go into a conservatory acting school, study the classics, and take movement and ballet and all that kind of stuff, and see if I can hone a skill, because I didn't have it before. I didn't know what it meant that you could practice it. I didn't understand that, and throughout that time at the conservatory at U of A, all my instructors were saying, like, why are you being so serious all the time? We want you to be funny. We took you in because we thought you were funny and that you could be a funny actor. And so I realized that you can't be a serious actor without having some sort of comedic sensibility, or to understand that things are funny in life, and you can't be a comedian without knowing that there's depth to things. So I try to bring both to each in my work.
And you worked at Second City, you helped write 6 very successful reviews. How has your background in improv really helped you as an actor?
Well, I think that the key for me, or in what I watch at least, for a successful theater piece, a written piece, is for it to look like it's completely spontaneous. And the key for really good improvisation is for it to look like it's completely rehearsed. So the opposite is happening with each. So when I watch a play and it feels like everything is rehearsed for rote, that everybody has really hit their marks and their blocking and their beats and everything like that, it's not really exciting. It's kind of boring. And it's the job of the actors and everybody involved to make it seem like they're just making it up as they go along. They're just reacting to what people are saying, and they have to say what they are saying. And in improvisation, I feel like the job is for the improviser to make the audience feel like they are safe, that we're in control here, and that things have been rehearsed, or we know what's going to happen. Trust us, we're going to take you on this journey. So I think that's what I try to bring into improvisation, to make it seem like that these are theater actors putting on a play.
And what was the experience like playing Jonathan on Seed?
Seed is a different thing, right? Because it is scripted, and we can make a few things up. And Joseph Rasso and Mark Farrell, who co-show ran and created the show. I mean, Joseph created the show. They allowed me to play a little bit and improvise a little bit, but mainly it was his words. And so it's trying to make somebody else's words come to life and honor that. And I worked with such talented people. Laura DeCarteret, who was my scene partner for most of the time, she was just such a pro, and she raised my level of involvement in acting and to a level I hadn't experienced before. So it was really good for me. I got to play every day. The great thing about being on a series is that you get to practice every day you're on set. And I think for actors, the more you're on set, the more confident you end up getting, and the better you get. So it's something I wish every actor can experience, is to do one series, even if you're making it yourself,
And you recently got back from touring Europe and Israel with your theater company. What was that experience like?
This is our second year going to Berlin for the International Improv Festival. They call it Impro in Europe. I don't know why they took the V off. Or maybe it was always Impro and we've added the V. But they host people from around the world. We had people from Colombia, Japan, Belgium, France, and this year they brought in people from Mumbai, India. And each of them bring their own styles and forms, and we meet together. Sometimes we talk about with each other and try to create new forms, but mainly each group showcases their stuff, and we have group jam sessions. It's kind of like a big jazz festival where we try to bring everything together and see if we can play together. Language is, of course, a challenge in some cases. But if they've all got English, it really helps. It's not like jazz where like there's an international language of music. English is the international language of improv.
And how did improv go? Was it easy or was it challenging?
It's the great thing about improvisation in front of an audience is that even if it's not working, it's working. The audience can dig something that is falling completely apart. They want to see you make a mistake. They want to see you figure out how to get out of it. But I didn't think we had any issues with that. This year was just really fun. There was a group we met at this festival last year from Israel, and they invited us this year to Tel Aviv and Yaffo in Israel, Jaffa, where we performed and taught workshops there. So it was huge. For me, my brother lives there, and I got to play a show for him and his kids, so it was a real honor for me.
And you have the Baram and Sneakus show opening tonight?
Well, he does open tonight. Naomi Sneakus, my partner in the National Theatre of the World, is also my partner in life, and we are creating a show in front of an audience starting tonight and then consecutively every Friday for, I guess, until June. She hasn't told me when we're going to stop. I think we'll stop when we have a show. And those shows are at the John Candy Box in the Training Center in Toronto at Second City.
And what types of characters do you hope to take on in the future?
Well, I think my dad's going to play a big part in a lot of things that I do. My dad just moved to Toronto. He's 80 years old. And I've sort of taken to just recording everything he says now, because he doesn't need me in the room to talk and have a conversation. It's just he is writing something for me. I don't know what it is, if it's a play or a movie, a sketch, a book, but he talks a lot, and I'm going to exploit him in whatever way I can.
And what does he think of Seed?
He likes it. He still calls it a play, though. He thinks it's a play, and I'm trying to teach him the word sitcom, but it's not sticking. But he likes it. He can explain the story to me. He's not very. Sometimes he gets a bit confused, but he laughs, and he tells me the story back to me. He'll call me after the episode and say, "This is what happened. You went out and your daughter was out late at a party, and then you had to go get her. And in the meantime," they told me the A, B, and C plot stories, and I'm like, "You got it, Dad. You got the story. Did you like it?" "I don't know if it's my cup of tea." But yeah, he's great. I love hanging out with him. So it's going to be him. He's going to infuse something, and I'll steal something from him.
And where's the best place to find out more information on you and all of the shows that you're doing online?
I would go to thenationaltheatreoftheworld.com. I mean, that makes sense, right? Go to our website.
Absolutely great. Thank you so much, Matt. It was a real pleasure. Congratulations and best of luck with all of your projects.
Thank you. You too. It's an honor to do this.
I'm Katie Allman reporting for Katie Chats here in downtown Toronto. Oh, lovely. That was very interesting.